Good morning. The government shutdown is no longer just a political standoff. It's a crisis hitting American families where it hurts most. Essential services are unraveling, and the effects are about to get much worse. From food assistance to childcare, millions are facing new hardships. The gridlock in Washington is now a daily reality for families across the country. In this video, we'll break down how the shutdown is about to impact your life in 6 critical ways. We'll move past the headlines and focus on the real human cost. Let's dive into what's at stake for you and your family. Let's start with food, something so basic, so essential, that no family should ever have to worry about it. Yet for millions of Americans, that worry is becoming all too real. Imagine sitting down at the dinner table, not knowing if you'll have enough to feed your children tomorrow. That's the harsh reality facing families across the country. SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is a lifeline for 42 million Americans. It helps parents, seniors, and children put meals on the table, providing critical support when times are tough. But with the government shutdown, that lifeline is about to snap. The program is on the brink, and the consequences are dire. Funding is running out fast, and there's no backup plan in place. Officials are refusing to tap into the emergency reserve, leaving millions in limbo. That means millions could lose access to food benefits within days, sometimes with little or no warning. The uncertainty is overwhelming. Food banks, already stretched thin by rising demand, simply can't fill the gap for so many people at once. Their shelves are emptying faster than ever. The result? A looming hunger crisis, not just for individual families, but for entire communities. The ripple effects will be felt everywhere. Local stores that rely on SNAP dollars will also take a hit, threatening jobs, small businesses, and the stability of local economies. For parents, it's the fear of not being able to buy groceries for their kids, of having to make impossible choices between food, rent, and medicine. For seniors, it's the loss of the support that keeps them fed and healthy, often their only safeguard against hunger. This isn't just a policy debate, it's about survival. It's about dignity, and the right to a basic meal. The shutdown is dismantling a safety net designed to prevent hunger and hardship, leaving families exposed to uncertainty and fear. Every day without a solution brings us closer to empty cupboards, desperate families, and children going to bed hungry. Even if Congress acts, restarting benefits takes time. Delays could be devastating, and the damage may already be done for many. The impact will ripple through neighborhoods, businesses, and schools, affecting everyone, not just those who receive SNAP. SNAP was built to prevent hunger, but now, political gridlock is putting millions at risk, undermining the very purpose of the program. The system can't just restart overnight. It takes time, resources, and coordination to get help to those who need it most. The longer this lasts, the deeper the crisis becomes, and the harder it will be to recover. This is not a distant threat. It's happening now, in real time, to real people in our communities. The stakes couldn't be higher for families who depend on SNAP. Their well-being, their health, and their futures are on the line. The time to act is running out. Every moment of delay means more families facing hunger and uncertainty. The hunger crisis is real, and it's at our doorstep. We must not look away. Next, let's talk about early childhood education, another pillar now at risk. Across the country, millions of families depend on these programs to give their children a strong start in life. But right now, that foundation is crumbling. Programs like Head Start provide critical learning and care for nearly 1 million low-income children. These classrooms are more than just a place to go during the day. They're a lifeline for families who want their kids to thrive. With shutdown funding drying up, many centers are warning parents of imminent closures. Notices are going out, and the uncertainty is spreading fast. For working parents, especially single mothers, this means choosing between their job and their child's care. Many are already struggling to make ends meet, and now they face impossible choices. The loss of Head Start isn't just an inconvenience, it's a threat to family stability and children's futures. Without reliable care, parents may lose their jobs, and children lose out on vital early learning. These centers offer more than supervision. They provide education, nutritious meals, and health screenings. For many kids, it's the only place they receive regular meals and medical attention. Closing them disrupts children's development and puts parents' jobs in jeopardy. The loss of routine and social interaction can set children back for years. Teachers and staff, often from the same communities, now face layoffs and uncertainty. Many are passionate educators who have dedicated their lives to helping children succeed. The economic impact is huge. Parents can't work, local economies suffer, and children lose vital support. When these centers close, entire neighborhoods feel the loss. The stress and instability for families are mounting by the day. Anxiety and uncertainty are becoming the new normal for many households. The shutdown is dismantling a foundation for future success, one classroom at a time. Every closed door represents lost opportunities for learning and growth. The early years are crucial for brain development. Losing these programs has lifelong consequences. Early education shapes how children learn, socialize, and succeed later in life. This isn't just about today's crisis, it's about the next generation's potential. The effects of these closures will echo for years, shaping the future of our communities. The ripple effects will be felt for years. Children who miss out now may struggle to catch up, and families may never fully recover from the disruption. Parents are left in limbo, unable to plan or work. Every day brings new questions and few answers. The shutdown is holding families hostage. It's a crisis that touches every aspect of daily life. The failure to fund early education is a failure to invest in our future. We're turning our backs on the very children who need us most. The consequences are profound and far-reaching. Our communities, our economy, and our children's futures are all at stake. We're risking a generation's potential for short-term politics. The damage done today may take decades to repair. The cost of inaction is too high. Our children deserve better, and so do the families and educators who support them every day. The shutdown is also grounding rural America. Essential Air Service, or EAS, keeps small towns connected to the rest of the country. With funding frozen, airlines aren't getting paid to serve these communities. Small carriers can't afford to fly for free. Service suspensions are starting. For rural towns, losing air service means isolation. Businesses, medical care, and families are cut off. What was a short flight for a medical appointment could now be an all-day drive. The economic fallout is severe. Local businesses, tourism, and jobs all suffer. Once service stops, it's hard and costly to bring it back. The shutdown risks making this isolation permanent for some communities. Major cities might not notice, but for rural America, it's a devastating blow. The longer the shutdown, the greater the risk these routes never return. Communities feel forgotten and left behind. The shutdown is changing the map of America, one flight at a time. Rural towns are being cut off, and the consequences are lasting. This is more than inconvenience. It's a fundamental threat to rural life. At the heart of the shutdown are 800,000 federal employees, furloughed or working without pay. These are not just numbers. They are real people with families, responsibilities, and dreams, suddenly thrust into uncertainty. Missing a second paycheck is a financial disaster for any family. For many, it means falling behind on rent or mortgage, struggling to pay for groceries, and making impossible choices about which bills to pay first. These are TSA agents, FDA scientists, air traffic controllers, people who keep our country running. Their work is essential, often invisible, but always critical to our daily lives. They're being asked to work without knowing when they'll be paid. The uncertainty is relentless, and the stress grows with each passing day. Many are draining savings, taking on debt, or turning to food banks. Some are borrowing from friends or family, while others are skipping meals to make ends meet. Some are forced to find second jobs just to survive. Juggling multiple jobs and long hours, they're sacrificing time with loved ones and their own well-being. The stress is pushing families to the brink. Relationships are strained, and the emotional toll is mounting with no clear end in sight. If essential workers can't afford to show up, critical services break down. The ripple effects reach every corner of the country, impacting millions. During past shutdowns, we saw sickouts and security risks at airports. Delays and confusion became the norm, putting travelers and workers at risk. This time, the scale could be even bigger. The longer the shutdown drags on, the more severe the consequences for everyone. Delays in food safety, border security, and disaster response are all on the table. Every day, the risks to public health and safety grow. The government isn't just buildings, it's people, and they're stretched to the limit. Their dedication is being tested like never before. Morale is collapsing, and the risk of service failures grows every day. The sense of purpose that once fueled these workers is being eroded. We're gambling with national security and public safety. The stakes are higher than most realize, and the margin for error is shrinking. The longer this lasts, the more likely essential services will falter. Communities across the nation are already feeling the strain. The human cost is mounting, and the system can only bend so far. Every day, more families are pushed closer to the edge. Public servants are making extraordinary sacrifices, with no end in sight. Their commitment is unwavering, but their resources are running out. The shutdown is testing their dedication and our nation's resilience. It's a test of our values, our priorities, and our willingness to support those who serve us. It's a dangerous gamble we can't afford. The longer it continues, the greater the risk to our people, our institutions, and our future. The shutdown is also threatening healthcare for millions. We're in the middle of ACA open enrollment, but political gridlock is putting affordable coverage at risk. Pandemic-era subsidies that made insurance affordable are set to expire. If Congress doesn't act, premiums could double or triple for many families. People are forced to choose: sign up now and hope for relief, or risk going uninsured. Outreach programs that help people enroll are also losing funding. Millions could lose coverage, skip care, or face crushing medical bills. The uncertainty is paralyzing families and destabilizing insurance markets. Insurers and consumers are left guessing about next year's costs. The shutdown is turning a policy debate into a healthcare crisis. The stakes are your family's health and financial security. The longer the stalemate, the greater the chaos for everyone. This is a crisis that can't wait. So what is Congress doing? Not enough. Instead of a real solution, lawmakers are pushing piecemeal funding, small bills for popular programs. But leadership refuses to accept this approach, demanding a full government funding deal. The result? Paralysis. Nothing passes, and the crisis deepens. It's political theater, not real progress. While Congress postures, families lose food aid, childcare, and paychecks. The holiday recess is looming, raising fears the shutdown could drag on for weeks. Both sides are betting the other will be blamed, but it's Americans who suffer. The fundamental disagreements remain, and negotiations are stalled. The system is broken, focused on headlines, not solutions. The path forward is unclear, and leadership is missing. The shutdown is now a test of political will, and families are paying the price. The need for real action has never been greater. The shutdown's impact is real and growing. From children losing care to families facing hunger, the cost is too high. Congress must act now. Every day of delay pushes more Americans to the brink. It's time for leaders to do their jobs and end this crisis. Stay informed, share this message, and contact your representatives. Let them know the shutdown must end. Thank you for watching.